Bam, baby, there we go. So, hello everyone, we're talking about Jujutsu Kaisen, of course. Talk about the best Jujutsu Kaisen, and yeah, immediately, right? Badass female characters. Jujutsu Kaisen is one of the best females, I would say. It is amazing, right? Mei Mei, of course, is a hot sensei, but this anime, I think, has one of the just best waifus, right? Like, straight up best girls, yeah. Movie, for that matter, awesome, right? I reacted and reviewed it last week. Let's go for that. Movie is really good. I mean, and straight up, the movie is probably one of the best movies I've seen, I feel, in like an anime movie in a while, honestly. Because, I mean, obviously it looks fantastic, right? It's like a god, map animation is amazing, and so on. But the pacing is great, right? It's a canon movie, the storyline is good, the Rika storyline and so on is good. So, yeah, that movie was really good. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, check it out. We are gonna talk about some of the waifus, some of the girls from the movie. So, if you haven't seen the movie yet, minor spoilers, I guess, but there won't be big spoilers, but we'll mention a few of them. Certainly, right? Definitely. But, let's get started, right? Mei Mei, baby. How Rikun? Now you're on time, man. Yeah, like, usually come late, right? But now you're here perfectly for a badass waifu list. And, you know, one of my absolute favorite characters ever in anime, you know, my Todo, my my spirit animal. It's so funny. If you haven't even know, I was on Japanese TV, right, talking about Jujutsu Kaisen, and they asked me who my favorite character was, and I was like, I was like, let me tell you about my man. You know, I was like, oh yeah, I have a favorite character. He can't be in the list though, but obviously we're gonna, you know, spirit Todo here, right? But seriously, right, doesn't have that many female characters. But I think they're all really good. And obviously Maki is the best girl, you know, I love Maki, man. It's like, oh, I'm so happy for that matter, right? That the movie was so Maki focused now. Like this scene in the movie, right? If you haven't seen the movie, I must spoil the movie, but there is one scene in the movie where Maki does the split, man. Like, I see it again, right? Every scene with Maki, you're like, oh my god, like seriously? I said it in my movie race, I was like, I love Maki, right? But generally, the movie is great. I said it again, the movie is really good. I really like the movie. One of the best anime I've seen in a while, right? But what made it extra good is that Maki, of course, was like the main character, right? You know, like yes, of course we have Yuta, whatever, right, and Rika, but like Maki was of the character we already know, right, of the established characters. Maki by far had the most screen time, I would say. And she had a lot of cool scenes, right, and training him and so on. So punching him in the face and so on. So yeah, it was as a Maki fanboy. It was really awesome that she got so much screen time in the movie. I was like, oh, it's like a Maki movie? Oh, it was awesome. Otherwise, the scene with Mei Mei, I can't show the full scene here, of course. You can check my video when I clip it out. But the Mei Mei scene, if you look at my movie review, I actually show this clip in a longer sequence, right? But, what is it? This from the movie, though. This scene, though, with Mei Mei. That was probably the coolest fight scene, though, like straight up, yeah. When Mei Mei goes crazy, Mei Mei goes ham, you know, she's a hot sensei, right? You know, the MILF character. She goes crazy, and it's like a power vision. This scene was, I would say, the best fight scene, yeah. So, Mei Mei runs in, right, to fight these curses, and we see it from her eyes first. Or she jumps down, and then it gets into her power vision. And she kind of runs and touches them all down. That was the coolest animated fight, I think, the whole fight as well. But yeah, I haven't even read the manga, but I have been spoiled, honestly. I will say that thing though, not today, but I'm not gonna say it here. But obviously, I hang around on these, you know, like Reddit forums, like, you know, Fit Moe, Muscle Girls, and if you haven't been this channel, I post and tweet, you know, muscle waifus all the time, right? So yeah, I've been spoiled on some of the, you know, Maki advancement, right, and so on, her new hairstyle and so on, yeah, because it's just like, you know, you know what I mean, yeah, unfortunately, if you look at new hot stuff, right, but, yes, Mei Mei is awesome, man, this was the best scene, probably. But anyway, where should we start, right? Yeah, where should we start? I guess we can start with like something. We guess okay, Sensei is obviously a wife, right? Sensei is obviously the hottest waifu. It's just straight up, yeah. Yeah, put Mei Mei. Mei Mei is the best waifu, I think easily. Yeah, she's freaking hot, man. You know, the axe thing is hot. The appearance is hot. This is really hot. I like, yeah, this is one from an episode where she gets like a phone or something. Yeah, I mean Mei Mei really got that. Yeah, she really got that Sensei hot, hot Arara vibe. Certainly, very Arara. One thing that makes Sensei hotter too. I was thinking about the voices and so on, right? Sensei, she's also voiced by Boa Hancock, you know, yeah. She's voiced by the same woman doing Boa Hancock. Legendary Tay, and of course, Sailor Moon. Yeah, Sensei is voiced by Sailor Moon. So, this is Usagi-chan, right, in Sailor Moon, right? So, she's the original Sailor Moon, yeah. So that's been nice too. But honestly, she's voiced by Boa Hancock from One Piece, and yeah, I do feel they're kind of similar, you know. They kind of like that milfy Arara character. Yeah, they even look kind of similar. They even act kind of similar. She's like, I feel Sensei got a similar vibe, you know. Mei Mei, yeah, I feel she's similar to Boa Hancock, even in like behavior, how she walks and so on. So certainly, I feel a lot of Boa Hancock too from her. But yeah, let's start with Mei Mei, definitely in the top right. I mean, this is all like top queens here. Like seriously, like Jujutsu Kaisen barely has any bad female character. Like straight up, right? This is like the reverse of Titan. Like here it's just like Attack on Titan is like everyone is dead. It's like every female woman just get owned, man. In these anime, it's like, my god, there's so many good female characters. But sure, some of them do die though. But before she died, she was a cool MILF though, right? But yeah, she's Boa, yeah. She's Boa, she's Sailor Moon, and she's also legendary Thai in Zombieland Sega and so on. Yeah, she really looks like Boa, yeah. As soon as I watched the Kaisen, right, the first time I saw Mei Mei, I was like, is that Boa Hancock? I was like immediately like, that's Boa Hancock, right? Because she even looks like Boa Hancock, so I jumped on that. I jumped on it immediately, but she even acts similar, you know. She has the kind of that, I'll say it right. Mei Mei has the kind of that pompous, like, I'm the best one here, right? She's like, I'm the strongest. Yeah, kind of has the kind of little bit, you know, yeah, Arara / you know, I'm the best, right? The mom though, yeah, MILF, right? She's like cool, like Obasan, yeah. She really, I would say, mom really hitting that Obasan vibe, right? The drunk Obasan. You've seen so much hentai, but seriously, right? She's that kind of like, oh, main boy, you know, you're so kawaii. Yeah, she had maximum Arara vibes, man. His mom, unfortunately, of course, she you know, whatever, unfortunately, but man, she had maximized Ara Etsui hen vibes, man. She was such an Arara character. So getting drunk with the boys, being like, hey, should I teach you some lessons and so on, you know? Yeah, she was very, very waifu-y. Jesus Christ, man. Maximized waifu-y. Who more do we have? Okay, let's take this woman and put in trash then. Probably one of the few trash ladies. So this woman is, yeah, the mom way too early, man. The mom was a cool character. And, I mean, you guys is very good at him. You know, like Kaisen, and it was interesting how they baited that he was gonna, the whole thing with mom and her son, of course, and so on, the whole bait with the opening and so on, kind of, thought he was gonna survive and so on. Yeah, the opening kind of makes it look like they're gonna survive and so on, right? I like the bait that, yeah, that, man. But this is actually one of the few trashy MILFs, probably the only trash MILF in the anime. So she's like the evil, we see her in the movie, right? We see her, is she in the season 1? I don't think she is, right? I don't think she is. Of course, she's with Ghetto. He's like his cult thing, right? And she's just like disgusting human and so on, right? So she's basically an evil MILF. Isn't she the only evil MILF I think the whole anime has so far? As I mentioned in the beginning, I mean, a movie released last week, right? So I'm gonna like go with the movie female character as well, right? So I don't know. She basically is like Ghetto, right? Being like, I just wanna kill everyone. So she hates, you know, all humans and so on, yeah. Trashy waifu, man. Trashy waifu. What more do we have? And I'm a little hard for these two. So we have the girls with her as well, the sisters. They're a little more tricky, right? Because like her, they also hate humans and they want to kill everyone and so on. So they're pretty bad characters, right? So I put them in trash. But one of them is a Gairu. And that gives her bonus points. But I do like this, yeah, the Gairu, you know. She's all like, you know, fights with her phone. Come on, it's just adorable. She's like an evil Gairu lady that fights with her like, hey, get the can, hi, I care. And so, come on, she's like a straight up guy, right? Their backstory, though, as the movie explains, right, is that, you know, everyone blamed them for, you know, their powers and so on, right? So they're a little more like, you know, I feel in the MILF, she's older and she knows better, I feel, right? I feel the teenage girls, whatever they are, like 18 or whatever, yeah, like whatever they are, like young ladies or whatever, yeah. I feel in their case, you can kind of blame it on them being young and stupid, right? And he saved them from the prison and so on, so it's a little bit like, yeah, they would join him. I don't feel I'm that. I feel she's more like straight up just pure evil and just hates humans. Yeah, like that. They have a little more like you know, manipulated by the bad guy, right, to be who they are, right. And again, she's a guy, so that's a bonus points. But I guess I put them in mid to begin with. Maybe that's too nice because they're the evil girls. But I just think honestly, they don't do much in the movie. I mean, they're there and they kind of like they're kind of like funny, but they don't do much. They're just kind of like, yeah, hiya kid, get down, yeah. They just kind of like the blonde girl. She's only in the movie, or this blonde woman is in the Nanako. What's her name again? Oh my god, I can't remember the name. What we have the blonde ladies. We have Akari. She's the blonde MILF, right, that works with them. Then we have Nanako. Nanako is the other blonde woman, right? And Mimiko is her brunette sister. Then you have Yuki, I guess, is blonde too. But I don't think that Nanako is in season 1, right? I think she's only in the movie, unless they have her somewhere else in the movie. I don't think so. Because this woman here, right? I guess I don't know. She's kind of adorable. Akari, not the blonde woman. Maybe I mean Akari. I don't know. Akari is one of these. You know, she's one of the drivers, right? She's one of the people who help them, right? We have a couple of men that are the similar thing too, right? They just kind of like, you know, they just kind of drive around with them. Yeah. This woman? No, she's not blonde though. She's like a pink-haired woman. No, she's the Seto. She's the cult leader. She's the evil. She's also only in the movie. She's the evil cult leader lady. She's in, I don't know. She has the Seto idea of, or Ghetto, I mean, of killing everyone. Yeah, Ghetto's idea of like every human should die or whatever. But I don't know. Akari is like. I'm gonna put her in mid, honestly. I feel she's kind of maybe she's just kind of a best girl. I don't know. She's kind of a kawaii, you know. She's like, hey, let me help you with this thing. But I don't know. Her personality basically is she's kind of there, right? She's kind of like she's a driver. Yeah, she doesn't do much. She's kind of like, let me drive you to the fight place, and then your kid can do something, and I can stand here and be like, yeah, I believe in you or something. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of any of those. I guess the chauffeur people. Just kind of drive them around. So on. What more do we have? Where would I put, I guess she's pretty trash. I guess she's mid though. What's her name again? Seko. What was her name? Her name is like hard to pronounce, man. Setsuka's her name. Setsuka Getsuka or something like that. This is best girl? Setsuka? She's just a girl that's like, she's the girl that, I mean, this is the girl that just triggers the storyline, yeah. She's the typical, you know, only one episode to like trigger the main character to get his powers, so that she never appears again. She's only the girl that is like, she's basically just like, hi, I'm here, and then she disappears immediately. You see in so many animes. You know, it's kind of funny, she even looks similar to the girl in Mob Psycho, that also is the same kind of like a glasses girl in the occult club, you know, yeah, they have the same personality. Kind of just triggers the main character to do something in school, you know. Now, of course, Mob has powers already before that, but still, I mean, she's kind of there to just, you know, trigger like a scene or fight or whatever. So I put her in mid. I mean, she's kind of just exists, right? What more do we have? I mean, Sensei is pretty hot. This is, you know, Godio Senseis and get those, you know, friend, right, so on. She's a waifu. She's the classic. She's the Unohana, right? You know, she's the classic doctor. I mean, what can you say, right? She's pretty straightforward, right? She's the milfy teach doctor sorcerer. Yeah, like she's in the background helping people, right? Like I feel so many animes where you have this character, right? You have that like the waifu doctor. I guess Bleach again, right? I feel is the one that really kind of had that first, right? Like I mean, obviously Bleach has the best one, I think, right? Next season of Bleach, of course, has the best sensei, but still, you know, she's kind of like that, right? Yeah, she's the, you know, the attractive doctor lady, right? You see them in every anime, right? Getsucho Niska has that sexy doctor who helps him with his poison and so on, right? You know, Tsunade, I guess. Probably, I'm thinking about Tsunade, I guess, is the most iconic one, right? But Tsunade is different, I think, because she's also a very, very, like, prominent character. Usually, unfortunately, for these kind of girls, they're just kind of in the background. Yeah, these doctor ladies, they're usually very attractive, right? But they're usually kind of like in the background. Tsunade, I guess, is like the only I can think about when a doctor lady is also in the front, right? You know, one of the main strongest characters, all right, like the super Hokage and everything. Otherwise, the sensei doctor lady is kind of it's usually in the background, but you know, still attractive, right? Like usually a MILF, right? Akari is just Genki. I mean, yeah, but Akari's just Genki, right? She's kind of like there. She's nice, but she's just I don't know. I feel she's gonna exist there. But she's the best, I guess, of the support though. Then we have this girl, okay? I can't remember her name now. I can't remember her name now. Oh god, what's her name? This is the girl that Todo is a novice. Of course, she has to be in the list. She's in the anime. This is Todo's favorite idol, you know. This is Todo's like, yeah, this is the Todo waifu. This is the idol that's tall with a big ass. Big hop eyes. Oh, what's her name? Oh god, I gotta look at my sheet list. What's her name? Her name is no, why did I only write Todo? Damn it, I only write Todo on my list here. What's her name? My god. Does she have a name? Jujutsu Kaisen. Maybe it doesn't have a name. I just wrote Todo in my sheet when I put the image. What's her name? Oh, here's her name. Her name is Nobuka Takada. Okay, Nobuka Takada. That is Todo's love interest. Yeah, that is the. Oh my god, I forgot the name first. Yeah, this I wrote the wrong name, or it's for Todo. So this is then. Nobuku Takada, yeah. She appears a lot actually, you know what? Because every time Todo is like, you know, like a girl with a big butt, you know, every time Todo is like, you know, oh yeah, when he does his Man of Culture stuff, right? Every time Todo does his, you know, we're gonna do this thing, brother, right? And he's like, remember the time when we were in school and I was flirting with this super attractive woman with the big ass, you know? Then she appears right there. Every time Todo does his, like, you know, crazy, like, fantasy thing, and it's like IQ 5000 strategies, right? She's there. She actually has a lot of screen time. Yeah, that's right, man. I think so. I think she's like 4 or 5 episodes, seriously. She's right. Isn't she in like 4 or 5 episodes? Probably. She's also in the movie too, I think. Yeah, I think because Todo has a scene, he's like, I gotta run home and watch TV with the idol girl, so she's also in the movie, right? Yeah, she has a lot of screen time. I mean it there. Because, yeah, every time Todo is like, oh my god, this woman is amazing. Which of course means that she has to be a top waifu, right? Yeah, if Todo says so, right? If the man of culture himself says so, she has to be top culture, right? Some will appear, I feel, yeah. Maybe even better than MILF there, and than Drunk MILF Man. But yeah, she's the sexy idol girl. She always has a fan club, right? She has fans, so she has to be attractive. Consensually, she's attractive. Okay. What more do we have? We got. Where's Miwa? Miwa is probably the best girl, right? Miwa's adorable, you know. Miwa is always like, yeah, good yo. Yeah, Miwa, of course. The fun, happy, sword lady, right? The best scene, I think, I would say still is, you know, of course, the time when she fights Maki, right? Come into that later with the Maki stuff, but like, of course, this scene is the best, right? When she fights Maki and she's just like, Maki's strong! Maki took my sword! That's still the best scene, right? So Miwa is the victim of getting beaten up by Maki. That's the best stuff, man. This is even she literally says it. Yeah, here it's like this woman is incredibly strong. This is when we all knew that Maki was the best character, man. This is the moment we all knew Maki was the best character. But yeah, Miwa is the one to be there and be all like, Maki is mean to me. Stupid sister lying to me. Certainly, right? Certainly. But I always like that. That scene. But this is here. There it is. Yeah. Miwa. Well, Miwa's adorable. I would definitely in typical best girl, right? Yeah. Typical legendary best girl, right? Yeah. Higher level best girl quality, right? Of Miwa. She's adorable. She's there. And then we have the witch. I mean, she's voiced by, of course, Momo-chan. She's voiced by, of course, Rika Gamiya. So she's voiced by, you know, like the woman that does every tsundere, right? So she's very, very tsundere. She's an angry witch, right? She's like, using face all the time, you know what I mean? Every time you see her, right, she's doing this, you know, like, right? But she, like every goddamn time, right? But it's because she's, of course, a tsundere. She's voiced by the queen of tsundere herself, right? Kugamiya, So again, you know, Toradora, Taiga, right? Sugar in One Piece, all right. So she's like in every anime ever, right? She always plays the Sun, right? So of course, every mobile, she's like, yeah, and she gets pissed off, and she's like, and she does her face, right? And I think it's hilarious. Like, I love Kagamiya-chan, right? I love Queen of Sundere. So she's hilarious. She's very, very. I find it super funny every time, right? Yeah, you just can't help it. It really works. Yeah, every time I see her in any, or here, I guess, in any anime, you know, I'm just like, oh yeah, that's Kagamiya. Like every time I hear her, I'm just like, yeah, that's right. That's my that's my Queen of Sundere, man. That's my Sundere. That's the only thing I think about. I think I even have that list somewhere here. I wonder if I have the Kugi. I wonder if I saved one. I did a list a few weeks ago, right? Wait, oh here it is. I did a list a few weeks ago. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. No, that's Takeshi. I did the list with her. Let me find it. Kugi. Did I say that? Whatever. I did like a top 10 CEO list, right? Yes, I have all her animes, but whatever. Trying to find her list of all her crazy sundays. But anyway, yeah, I like it. I think she's hilarious. I'm a weak spot for her voice, of course, and her anger. Let's go on. What more do we have? I mean, again, I think almost every female character is really good in Jujutsu Kaisen. Unfortunately, not that many of them, right? But they're all really awesome. What more do we have? We have this MILF that I think I'm gonna put here, man. So I haven't seen much of her yet, right? I have not seen much of this woman yet. This is Yuki, and she only basically appears in like one scene in the anime, right? So as an anime only, right? I don't know too much about her. But I'm just immediately like, this is a badass woman, man, yeah. She's like, hey boy, come on, she comes in there, right? She takes kind of biker chic, right? Comes in there like, I will teach you how to be a sorcerer. And again, I don't even know that much about her, but she's clearly like a renegade, right? She's clearly a rebel. She's clearly this kind of woman that's like super badass, probably one of the strongest sorcerers, but she doesn't wanna, you know, help the other guys normally. She's kind of the Malone, I guess. Like, I wanna be a captain. I wanna stay on the. I wanna be a wild girl or whatever, right? She really screams that stuff, and so I think she's probably gonna be my favorite waifu of Jujutsu Kaisen. Like it's like an anime only, and I don't wanna Google it because I don't wanna get spoiled. But you know how she looks, right? Yuki Tsukumu. And again, I don't want to look at too much stuff because I don't want to get spoiled, I said. But you know, this is kind of how she looks, right? I get one image here. This is kind of how it looks in the anime, so it won't be a spoiler for me or you guys if you're anime like I am. But I'm a little bit like, I don't want to check out too much because I was spoiled, but this is how she looks, right? She comes in with this like curse behind her, right? You look at it, yeah. It's kind of like badass, you know, like, yeah, it's kind of biker chic. Like, comes in here. Come on, she looks badass. So what do you think? I mean, don't spoil, man, but obviously Yuki's gonna be the coolest waifu, right? Like, I haven't read the manga, but I just know that she appears in one episode, and I immediately know she's gonna be the coolest waifu in the anime, because she got that biker chic going on, right? She got the, you know, as I mentioned, the renegades, the rebel chic that's like, oh, I'm the strongest sorcerer, but I don't wanna be in a team, I don't like the other guys, so I do my own stuff and so on. So I think that she's gonna be a super top contender, right, for waifu in this anime. So I put her up next to Mei Mei here, because I feel that Yuki is like, oh my god, look at her. She's like the Malone of Jujutsu Kaisen. She's the GHISLAINE of Jujutsu Kaisen. Come on, she's clearly a super badass. I mean, again, she's only in like one episode. For an anime only, she's only in like 2 minutes of the anime. But I'm just like, no, this is clearly the top waifu. She's probably hotter than Mei Mei. I'm immediately like, this woman is probably the best waifu, right? I probably put her over even Mei Mei almost. Yeah, I'm just like, no. This is Yuki. She got that immediate like, hey boy, let me teach you a lesson, right? Come on. And she's probably stronger too. I'm just gonna guess she's the strongest female. She's probably one of the strongest females, right? If not the strongest good female character. But she just has that classic, you know, wild girl. It's like, I refuse to be in the school or something. I don't want to be a teacher. I'm too wild for that. I gotta go and fight people, right? I don't have time to be a sensei. So she only comes in when, you know, they really need her, right? You know, so she's she's clearly probably the best character. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm waiting for season 2, man. I'm waiting for season 2 to see Yuki being also the strongest woman. I'm putting her over Mei Mei. People are gonna go crazy. I'm like, no, put her over Mei Mei. I saw her for 1 minute. It's enough for me, man. I thought she's gonna be a better woman than Mei Mei. I saw it. That 1 minute was enough. Okay. See, she better than Mei Mei. I got the confirmation I needed there. Got the confirmation I needed. What more do we have? We have the older Sensei, sure. Where is she? I mean, I think she's pretty cute. Honestly, yeah, I find her pretty cute, right? She got that scar. She got the kind of sexy scar, you know, the Irukura scar from Naruto, yeah. But I think she's pretty cute. She got a little bit like a Sundra vibe going on with Gordio. She's like, God, yeah. I don't know. She got a little bit of she's kind of adorable, I feel, in most scenes. Get angry at them and so on. And she has a Miko on her. She looks kind of traditionalized, right? Yeah, Japanese Miko and so on. I put her in waifu, but I still think she isn't as hot as Doctor. Now, Doctor I feel hotter. Yeah, and then I think that Mom is hotter though. Yeah, Mom is like, Mom is up here somewhere, and I don't know. Todos idol girl. She's somewhere up here, but I think she's like, yeah, like. She's cute, but she's not as good as other waifus, but she's on a waifu still, right? What more do we have? We have the sister, okay. Which is sister? I don't know. She's like we don't know too much about the sister, right? She's kind of presented as this, how would I say it right? His older sister, we see her most in flashbacks. She's like a nice One-chan character, right? I don't think she has that much of a personality in the backstory. She's kind of like this super nice, cuddly girl, you know, older sister, right? But we don't really, I don't really know too much about her to honestly put her in legendary best girl. Honestly, I don't feel she has enough screen time or personality to be compared to like Miva or so. Because you have to think that legendary best girl here, that's like a character like Miva, right? It's like, you know, kind of a, how say it, very centric character, right? That has even like an episode fight and so on. I mean, these girls even get like one episode each, right, to have a fight and so on. They have a lot of screen time, and we know about her personality and so on. And she's just kind of like in the background. She has like 1/2 episode. Yeah, I mean, I put her here. I feel she has too much backstory. And I don't know, it's not too direct for she so. I put her here. One-chan, she can be in best girl. She's a very nice One-chan, but I put her there, man. And then we have, can we take Rika? Okay, so this is the movie Rika. Rika, of course, is best girl, man. Rika, there's like cute image too. Yeah, Rika, man. She was best girly, man. I probably have some more image of Rika, of course, how she looks when she's in her normal form. Probably have another Rika image. I just did the movie review, right? So I probably should have a Rika image. How she looks before that? No. Why is my PC not searching for? It's not PC being annoying. So Rika, of course, then she is the main love interest of the movie. And well, I don't have an image of Rika. Wow, man, I skipped over that for some reason. But yeah, this is how it looks, kind of like the alien, right? I got that beautiful face there. Very friendly girlfriend. I mean, I really like the movie, but this thing actually I figured out very early. It is one critique, right? I would say in the movie, check out my movie review, but if there's one thing I would say in the movie, this isn't like a harsh critique, is that I think it was predictable. Which I do think shonen are, generally speaking though, because you can't see the trope side. So I managed to guess the Rika storyline almost immediately, yeah. Like, I guess immediately, basically. I guess that Rika love story with her love interest. I mean, I guess that like the first time I saw the karting, I correctly guessed was how the movie was going to end, basically. So that honestly is probably my harshest critique on the movie. I don't think it's like a bad movie, and I mean I really like the movie, right? But yeah, I mean those things are pretty predictable in shonen. You've seen a few shonen movies, or I mean reading generally shonen mangas, you can kind of figure out, you know, how the storyline is going to go, right, with a lot of these character and backstories. But yeah, so Rika is a yandere girl, I guess you could say that, right? The thing is that, is Rika really Rika though? Or is it the curse that he has done and so on, right? But yeah, I think it's interesting. She's a cool character, actually. An actual cool yandere, right? That is seemingly all nice him. It's fun when she got jealous though. She got jealous with Maki. Yeah, she's like, Maki, talking to my boyfriend. Where would I put Rika? I probably put her over Momo. Yeah, this I think that's fair. But Miva I do like though. I like the Miva is kind of like, oh god, you Sensei, can I please have a photo? I love, you know, Miva is fun, man. I love that Miva gets owned by, you know, again, I think it's still the best fight scene, except of course Todo and Brother getting into a fight, right? Which is amazing Todo fight, except by far the fight. But if you ignore the Todo fight, which is just so good, right? The Todo teleporting fight, right? The Miva Maki fight is the best fight afterwards. And of the female fights, that's the best fight, I think. And half of it was, I think Mei was just really fun, right? Yeah, Mei was just like, no, Kaisha, my katana, I can't afford it. So right there. I think that kind of stuff is fun, man. Yeah, Mei has like a really fun character. Kind of like Genki, kind of, you know, yeah, I just wanna like take a photo with Godyo, and yeah. She's just kawaii, man. So I put her, I think she's a little better than Rika, but Momo's just like, yeah, me and Sundra right there. Rika's better than Momo. Okay, what more do we have? We got, man. Okay, we got this video game character. Saki is her name, yeah. She looks like Saki from Zombieland Sega, and her name is Saki. She has the same name, and she looks the same like Saki. Like, I'm not even making it up, man. This writes itself. No, seriously. She looks like Saki. So I have an image of her. Here she is, yeah. This is how she looks. This is in the game this is the new game that hasn't arrived yet. Well, Rika is a special yandere, definitely, right? Rika is special yandere, and her yandere reasoning is kind of also a little different, right? Yeah, like why she's yandere. But this here is a video game character. Again, the game hasn't even been released yet, but she's straight up like a Yankee Gairu. She's like a Yankee girl, yeah. Come on, obviously this girl is cool, man. This is Saki. Again, she looks like Saki in Zombieland Sega. She acts like Saki, and she can punch people, right? She's the typical like puncher girl, and you know she's an aggressive Yankee sorcerer with blonde hair, you know, and yeah, come on, a midriff, come on, this character is awesome. Clearly the best thing in the game. It's I think a new male character too, but who cares about that, man? Yeah, I got a freaking Yankee girl in the game. So I'm just gonna go out and say that she's obviously like in this level of best girl. Clearly, come on. I don't know the storyline yet, but she's clearly freaking Yankee Gairu girl. She's clearly up here, man. As you can see, doing a fist. Yeah, she punches people with her, of course, her strong arms, right? Very, very Yankee. So obviously high up there. Okay, now we get to the hard part then, right? So we have, you know, one of the amazing scenes. Again, great anime, right? Great anime. Really is a fantastic anime. I mean, some shonens are kind of, you know, overblown, right, in popularity. But Kaisen, I feel, really is an amazing shonen, right? So, of course, we have Nobora, the main girl, right? Yeah, the main girl. And obviously have a lot of image prep for this baby. No, but she's awesome. Come on, like this. Look at this. Oof, man, look at this art, man. There's so many good art in her too. Yeah, there's so many good art because she looks so badass with just the hammer swings, man. There's so many good like. You know, her doing her hammer swings are very popular in the... Yeah, but this is awesome. I mean, but this is what I mean. She's a great example of just Kaisen being like, just having so many cool, badass female characters. That's of course why I write badass on my thumbnail, right? It has so many cool fighter ladies. It's truly an anime for, yeah, cool chicks that can punch people, right? Or hammer them or something. But seriously, yeah, I think she's a really, really, really cool character. And she probably would be the best girl. Like, what can I say, right? Nobora. Yeah, I think that Nobora probably would have... What I mean is that, you know, if you look at other animes, right? If you put Nobora in something like Naruto or something, right? You know, I mean, in One Piece or whatever, she'd probably be the best female character, right? Like, straight up, you know, if she was in other shonen anime. Like, seriously. Like, if I took her, right, and I put her in many other shonen anime, except of course Black Clover. Because Black Clover has, you know, the best freaking female character ever. Yeah, but if I took this woman, right, I put her in almost any other shonen anime, except Black Clover, who has like Noelle and Melon and so on, right? She probably would have win, right? She'd probably be the best of best girls, right? But of course we got Maki in this anime. We got Maki though, but she's not better than she can't beat goddamn Maki, right? But yeah, she's a really, really cool character. I love her fights, love her, you know, she's like reminds me of Noelle, I guess, yeah. I mean, obviously Noelle is like, keep saying it, right? Like, I think almost every week I go back to Noelle being the best shonen female character, right? More or less, but it's almost like it's almost like a internet how to say it, consensus, right? That Noelle is like the coolest female, the best written female character probably from my actual development standpoint. Again, in shonen then of course, focusing on fights, right? Focusing on like action-packed girls, right? Action girls. But yeah, Nobora, an amazing female character, and I put her in the top spot, right, of best girl. Yeah, I think she's the best female character. Set the course for Maki. Set the course for Maki, because Maki is a goddamn angel of badassery. So, you know, obviously Maki has her own team. You know, I love doing that for if they have a very, very, very specific better character. they get their own tier, right? Or of course it's like in Titan, it's a very, very incredibly bad character. They get their own trash tier. Like a Titan has like 4 levels of trash, man. You have like, you need to have like trash 2, trash 3, trash 4, trash 5. You need to go down like the trash pile to determine how trashy you are. A serious Titan has so many bad female characters. I always come back to that, but it's like, if you ever seen my stream of that, right? I mean, the thing is that Attack on Titan has, I'll say very briefly, right? They have so many characters, they just die immediately, right? There's so many female characters, they have like 1 minute of screen time, and then they die immediately. That immediately supposed to mean like mid or trash, right? And then you have so many badly written female characters, right? With the whole weird, it was love and so on, right? So it's just so terrible. Yeah, it's like layers of hell, right? Yeah, I mean, she's really cool. But I mean, she would be my favorite if it didn't have Maki, right? If it didn't have Maki, she would be my favorite, yeah. But I think it's just funny, honestly, that because I think she's like so much of a better like main female character than most are, you know, in like other animes. Yeah, like Nobora, if I put her in like, you know, FT whatever, right, in like Naruto whatever, right, she's like 10 times better than Sakura whatever. So yeah, like she's one of those like really, you know, like this is actually like a really well written female protagonist, right, in shonen anime, or you know, secondary protagonist, I guess. But yeah, but you know what I mean, like in the main team, you know, in the main team, right? Like compare to Sakura, right? She's like, Sakura is like freaking trash. Sakura is freaking, you know, oh, I can do something, maybe not, you know, yeah. That being said, though, also Sakura, in the beginning, though, people shift on Sakura, and I do too, right? But honestly, in the beginning, though, right, the first 30 episode, Sakura was okay, man. Yeah, she was in love with Sasuke, right? But she was intelligent. She was the smartest girl, right? You know, at the writing exam of beginnings, and she did the hair thing and so on, right? So in the first 2 arcs, Sakura is actually a cool character and comparable to this character, right, in the beginning. But then, of course, Kishimoto was like, who's Sakura? Yeah, that's the problem, right? Yeah, like in the beginning, she was actually a pretty cool character, and she also was like prominently the smartest character, right? Which also is, of course, from the writing standpoint, why she's so terrible, because if you present her as the smartest character, right, in the beginning of the manga, and then she is a complete moron in every arc after the second arc, right, it's gonna really ruin, yeah. You can't present a character being the smartest female character, right, for the first 2 arcs, and then she's a complete moron for the rest of the whole show, right? Yeah, that's gonna be a really bad, like, plot hole, basically, right? Like, her IQ went down, like, 1,000 points. But they are similar, that's why I compare them, they are kind of similar, right? I feel they are similar, just that Nobora is a much better character, right? But they are similar, and like I said, at this point though, when Naruto only had, you know, 1 season, so to speak, right? They would actually be quite comparable, right? Like you see the beginning again of Naruto, where she does the hair thing and so on, right? That would be kind of comparable to this scene with the image of the curse there. I would say they're kind of comparable, but obviously after that, Sakura just went down the drain, yeah. Like, but at that moment here, with this scene here, like, you know, this is somewhat right comparable to the Sakura, what's it called, the haircut scene, right? Definitely. But like I said, yeah, after that, it's like, you know, what happened afterward? Definitely related, right? And then, not too much about Naruto, but I think it's a very clear example of Naruto, because Sakura is basically ignored, right? After episode like 40 or 30, right? And then she get like a massive power up, right? Which is another, yeah. She really does, right? Think about it, Sasuke and Naruto, certainly they also get stronger with time skip up. But Sakura was basically completely useless before the time skip. She was like level 1 still, right? She was basically completely useless. And then she jumped to level 1000, right? So she also kind of cheat coded her way up during the training arc, you know, during the training thing, yeah, time skip. Really did, right? Yeah, she definitely is the strongest comparably to previously. But anyway, we put the sister down, right? So I think the backstory is pretty good, right? She hates her sister, but she's kind of trashy, a hard character, right? Because she's a more relatable trash, though. She hates Maki. How can you hate the best girl, right? How can you hate the best female character? Well, I guess if you're her sister, you might be like, oh, that's my Uneshan, and she's well, yeah, okay, yeah. If someone claims that Shippuden Sakura is Nobora, then you're crazy, because no. Like the beginning of Naruto before Shippuden, Sakurai somewhat similar. They aren't even similar characters afterward either. They aren't even similar motivation either, because Sakurai is so love, trusty, and thirsty, so on, right? So I would definitely say so. That is crazy talk. This is Naruto fans coping. But Naruto fans has coped for 10 years, right? I know I like Naruto. I have all the manga. I like Naruto. But obviously Naruto fans are always coping when it comes to the waifus, right? Because Kishimoto, he himself said that he can't write female characters, and that's very, very clear. But he can't write female characters. There's only a few of them that are like, you know, pretty well written from an actual like development standpoint. And I'm used to know. So they're always coping, you know. They're always coping, trying to be like, no, but Sakurai is pretty cool, but I don't know. I feel this is hard. Like, where will you put the sister, right? What do you think about this thing? Where will you put the sister? Because she got an understandable backstory, right? She's just like an evil person. She got a cute like Oneshan vibe, not of course to Maki, but to the other cats, right? When they first meet her with Todo and so on, she's like, oh, hello, yeah, you know, she kind of had that senpai. She got that like Oneshan senpai vibe, right? Yeah, kind of like the sexy senpai at your work or something. Yeah, kind of like the senior, yeah, the senior lady. Yeah, she got that weird, you know, definitely. So she's pretty hot in that sense, right? But obviously the personality is pretty trash. Not only because she hates Maki, but she's pretty trash personality. Her bulleting, I don't know, it isn't that cool of a power either. Like shooting bullets. Like everyone else is like badass. You know, her sister is like obviously super badass, right? But even the other ones are like, oh, I got this, 3 section staff, right? Like Todo, and also Getter, right? They have the 3 section staff. You got the katanas and so on. And she's like, I got a gun, right? that to me is like minus points. I don't know. That to me is like a really bitchy thing to do, I guess, having a gun. You just feel, my other one, doesn't that feel kind of lame? She's just a woman in the bag with a gun, right? And like Mei Mei, is in the movie, Mei Mei has like massive axe, right? Mei Mei was around with like a gigantic axe. She's very milfy, obviously, but she also got this axe going on. Where's my axe image? Yeah, she got this badass axe, right? She got that axe and so on, and then comes the little sister with like a gun, man. But yeah, I mean, it is true. But she's attractive too, though. That's hard, man. Yeah, but she's attractive. She got like I said, she got that senpai vibe, right? That Oneshan vibe. Definitely Oneshan in both ways. So Oneshan, right, means older sister in Japanese, but Oneshan also means like young lady, given the context. And she definitely has that, like, oh, I'm like 18-year-old, just like fresh college, fresh graduate. Kind of definitely got that touch to her too, right? Yeah, that she's kind of like that young lady that just kind of like, oh, I'm finally an adult. I can go and buy hot clothes, and she definitely got that vibe too. Yeah, like she's a hard character to pinpoint because she almost arguably, I would say, comes off as older as Maki, right, in her appearance. But if I can find something like that, what I'm talking about, Oneshan. But I don't mean it in like in a hen vibe or anyway. I mean more like as a. Oh, this is hard to search for, but I guess we can find something in Tokyo fashion here. I talked about my brother about yesterday. The Tokyo fashion. He was in Tokyo yesterday, I think. 2 days ago. We discussed that, but what can I see in Tokyo? I'm gonna find something here. This is hard to explain if people don't know Tokyo fashion. But this is good, okay? This is good. This is what I need. So obviously she's a random woman, but this is kind of what I mean with Myra. She got this kind of vibe, guys. She got this kind of vibe, right? You know, she got this kind of like this image was massive. She got this kind of vibe, right? Kind of that like Oneshan. So this I mean as an Oneshan, right? You know. I mean, that's an Oneshan, right? And again, Oneshan, not as a sister, but as that, like, Oneshan can also mean young lady. Just like, in some animes, they might call someone, like, Ossan, can mean, means uncle, but also like an insult, someone like, oh, an old Ossan, like, oh, it's an old man, right? Oh, whatever, get away with Ossan, right? Usually kids call, like, older, young man Ossan as an insult to them, right? So Oneshan can be this kind of like, like a woman, kind of in, 20-ish, right? Buying latest fashion clothing, going to the clubs, That's kind of her vibe too, right? Yeah, she got that, definitely that vibe. And that's why I think that she's a gun too, because the gun, she's kind of like a rich lady. She doesn't want to, actually have to deal with the trash. She's like, take out the trash, bam. She kind of has that fight. So in one way, I really like her. She's attractive, and she got that like rich girl. Yeah, I guess she got that rich girl vibe, right? Doesn't she? Because the gun thing, she's like, yeah, don't come close to me, creep. I should kill you distance. She got that like, yeah, that rich girl, that rich girl vibe. So you can find something. Which I'm thinking about. Not like this, man. Like someone that feels like, I was looking at like Tokyo fashion. I'm looking at like, Japanese. Oh, no, I'll probably Google. Might be good. I am, I have worked with fashion in my past. I used to work with fashion, a little bit. But I want like, why can't I find what I want here? No, there's the wrong thing in Google. I was like, I'm like, I have it in my head, you know what I mean? I have it in my head, right? It's so frustrating because I can see it in front of me exactly what kind of like fashion I wanna hear this. What kind of fashion I want to talk about, right? And I just can't like, find it on Google or whatever. But I have it in my head that this is the kind of woman I want to talk about. This kind of fashion, right? Yeah, this called like the Yamato kind of younger fashion too, right? We used to kind of like rich girl or like early 20s, kind of like I got pretty rich parents. I go kind of fashionable, right? Yeah, this is also kind of her feeling, right? Because you're like a legendary family, so. That makes her attractive, yeah. She got all the attractive wife side, but the personality is shit, man. But she got all those attractive those traits, but that's like, man, the personality is terrible. But I guess I put her in mid then. Okay, if I put her in mid, as opposed though, but I guess her personality isn't as bad as these like genocidal people. I guess she has to be top mid then. I guess, yeah, I guess so. Well, that's basically the stream, right? Not that many female characters in Kaisen, unfortunately. But most of them are really good, but we got Maki left. Yeah, but it's like a modern, fashion thing. Like that's a modern stream, right? I work with not fashion, little bit fashion design, but I also worked with designing for UI and games and so on. But I actually was at a few fashion companies, clothing companies in the past. Interviews and so on. Never got a job there, but I tried a few times to get a job in fashion industry. I was like, why not? I can go to Milan and do cool clothing. But let's do the aftermath girl now. Maki, baby. So now we gotta order what is the best Makis. Maki grabbing the bullet. There's a Maki abs. Maki is being badass with the cursed sword. Maki is being badass. Maki being Sundra. Or Maki doing the split band. So, of course, Maki. Best female character, right? Best female character. I got so much Maki now. I got a folder here of Makis, man. I was doing this right, and I'm like, oh my god, now I got so many Makis. Now I got like 150 images of Maki. I can sit all day and be like, I love Maki. I got a crush on Maki, man. I got this Maki. Oh, I got this Maki is cool, man. She didn't share in the movie. That was adorable, like Maki on the share. I can sit there all day, man. This one here is pretty cute though with Mei Mei. I mean, he's still a waifu though. Look at that Mei Mei ass, man. Yeah, but yeah. The Mei Mei is good, man. But of course, Maki. Maki, right? Fantastic character. This is still probably the best scene I think of Maki, where she takes a sword, when she grabs Miwa's sword, right? And like I mentioned earlier, Miwa is all like, no, I can't afford this, right? So I think Miwa is fun. But Maki is just a badass, right? Like I said, the thumbnail, yeah, badass waifus, right? I think Jujutsu Kaisen is again a very good anime, and a lot of it is because of the female characters, right? Yeah, it's like a bunch of really cool, badass female warriors, and obviously, Nobora, as I mentioned earlier, she would be like super top dog, top queen, whatever, right? Female best girl, right? If she was in almost every other shonen anime. Because she's way cooler, I think, than most female characters. But in Jujutsu Kaisen, man, you got freaking Maki, man, which is the even cooler best girl, clearly. So she's obviously not like a waifu top, but like a super best girl, right? But there's so many good scenes with Maki. Like I can sit there all day and be like, I love Maki. I got a crush on Maki, man. But there's so many good scenes, right? And because I mentioned earlier, the scene where she does the split is probably my favorite now from the movie, right? That scene when she avoids his attack. Here it is, and she's like, that's a weird image, but yeah, but she does like, no, like this is still the best scene. Oh, this scene is so good. If you haven't seen the movie, go watch the movie. Watch my rest of the movie. But yeah, I can just imagine that the manga. I mean, I have been spoiled on Maki, right? How she looks. Yeah, I've been spoiled on Maki because, unfortunately, right. I'm not gonna spoil here, of course, for anime only. But I said earlier, I said again, right? Because I spend a lot of time for research purposes, right? I spend a lot of time on these different Reddit forums or whatever. Right? People post like, here's a new image of, this girl or whatever, right? Because that reason, right, I keep seeing a lot of market. And also because how it works, right, on social media. Because obviously, I'm sitting all day being like, Maki. So on Twitter or whatever, right, I always get, you might be interested in this image because you have previously Googled Maki or something, like badass Maki or something. So I always get like, here's, yeah, so that's affordable how it is, right? You know what I mean? If I go to Twitter, I'm gonna see a lot of Maki and Merlona and so on. I get a lot of these, in my feed, right, based on my previous searches. So that's how it works, right? So I unfortunately be spoiled how she looks. I'm not gonna show it to you guys, but I'll be spoiled that because I keep getting those images in my head, so I can't avoid it. It's like, I don't know why. I don't know the storyline why, but I have seen the core because I keep getting like 5,000 Maki images per day in my feed, right, in social media. I do love Maki though, but yeah, it's unfortunate with spoilers. But anyway, yeah, like the image of Source, amazing. The training, but again, the movie is really good, especially good because Michael's on screen time. I love the scene when she splits and punches him in the face with the sword when he talks to Gojo Sensei, and he's like, pay attention. Yeah, but that's how Twitter is. Twitter, right? If I go to Twitter, they always have the thing based on what you like or based on what you search for, whatever, right? Maybe we can take it up here. So Twitter has this thing, right? Yeah, like straight, like this is kind of funny. Straight up here. If I show you my Twitter, maybe it's not in the wrong angle, but you can see the list here, right? So that is my latest tweet, and I even have here, best girl. Like, look at that, yeah, like they're like best girl. If I can read it, maybe it's too tiny. Maybe it's too tiny. Let's zoom in. Okay, how do I move to? Okay, can't you see it now? You see it there, yeah. So it's like let's move the market sorting. Yeah, so you can see like the YouTubers, right? Best girl. Best antagonist, Sorrow because of One Piece, right? So I get some Sorrow, Gundam, yeah. So they always do the thing, right? So if I'm on Twitter, right, I keep getting, obviously I see, the stuff that people are tweeting, right? So I've been spoiled on Maki like 10 times over, right? Because I keep getting Maki image here all the time, right? Like, see, Twitter gives me like so much Maki. They know what I want. They're like, you like Maki? Oh yeah, we got some Maki for you. So they keep... They keep like bombarding me with Maki and Merlona. I get so much Merlona, seriously. They're clearly stalking me. I get so much Merlona. Every time someone tweets about Merlona or Noel, right, the McClover, both other Noel and Merlona, I get the image. Every time someone tweets a Merlona or Noel image, Twitter is like, we heard you like Noel, here's a Noel image. Yeah, it doesn't matter if she's, completely naked or whatever. They just throw it in my face. Yeah, they're like, here's Noel taking a shower. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Every time someone tweets at Noel or Merlona, they always show it to me. And I constantly have like, Black Clover images all the time, right? Jesus Christ, man. But especially the waifus. But anyway, we gotta order these Makis, right? We gotta order these Makis. I do love this Maki here in school, when she's like, he's gonna be a loser. Yeah, it's fun. Baddest Maki and so on. Okay, so let's take it seriously here. What is the best Maki? Okay, so Maki grabbing the sword from Miva, that is a good scene. I mean, I wouldn't call her a Gyro. She's more like a Yankee, probably, in the movie. She's more Yankee-ish, right? She isn't a Gyro, really, because she's more like a bad girl, right? So I think I would call her... I wouldn't really call it either. But if you look at where's the mark? Too many images. This mark here, I think at best you probably would call her a Yankee, but I wouldn't really say she's Yankee either. But that's probably the closest thing in that kind of demographic of best girls or whatever, right? Guy or Yankee and so on. Because she's kind of like a bad girl, right? Like the delinquent. She's like, oh, I hate this sensei, I hate this new student, he's a loser, oh, shut up, and so on. Yeah, so I think she's probably a bit more like a Yankee at best. A Gyro, you need to be a little more like, you know, think about Marin-chan, right? You need to be a little more extroverted, right, and so on. Yeah, like Maki isn't very like direct with her, you know, sexuality, whatever, right? To be a Gyro, you need to be a little more like this, right? You know, you need to be more Genki and a bit more like, you know, look at me, I got cute, this thing and so on. I think that the one thing that screams Gyro, right, is someone that has maybe like lighter hair, her nails are maybe, you know, rainbowy or whatever, right? Like something like that. That really screams, you know, Gyro. Here's Mitsuru from Demon Slayer. Like now she looks at it, but this would become more Gyro, right? You know, she also got that kind of the heart glasses, the hair colors, all. Now, of course, they have weird hair colors, right, in Demon Slayer. But if she was, you know, in our planet, right, having pink green hair, that would like scream Gyro, right? Like this, like different highlights and so on. Yeah, that really would scream like this, like Gyro, right? Something like that, definitely. And more example maybe for Gyro that some that more anime. And someone like here you go, Nagatoro. She's also a Gyro in a sense, right? Yeah, because Nagatoro is like a Kuro gal, right? So it's like a, you know, dark Gyro. Kuro means black or dark, right? And she's kind of like that. She obviously has a lot of, you know, her friends are all set up Gyros. Her friends are more Gyro than her. Yoshi and so on in Nagatoro, even more Gyro, right? But you know, they're all kind of Gyro-ish. She has a lot of like, you know, here's my swimsuit senpai and so on. Kind of, you know, very extroverted, right? Very aggressive. But I would say Maki will be more like a Yankee, right? At best, yeah. Because Maki, that's probably why I like Maki, right? Because she reminds me, for example, of let's see, what's her name for? What's her name in Beelzebub? Aoi, for example. That's probably someone I would think about with Maki, right? But she looks a lot like, you know. That's someone I would like definitely immediately like say, oh, this woman is similar to Maki, right? She's a Yankee, you know, gangsta girl, right? You know, a girl like this, right? You know, Aoi in Beelzebub, like a girl that fights with a sword, you know, and it's like, hey boy, shut up, you know, so on. Yeah, this is more, you know, similar to Maki, right? Someone like Aoi-chan that is like, oh, shut up, oh, I'm gonna kick your ass, and so on, right? That kind of thing. Right? She hates the main character, so on in the beginning, right? Yeah, this kind of girl. She fights with, you know, a bokken and so on, and likes martial art and so on. Yeah, this is probably more what Maki is like. Yeah, like a, how to say it, you know, a foul-mouthed lady, right? Yeah, the bits of crap out of boys and so on. The you know, punches the boys and so on. Yeah. No, but like the guy, think about the guy as an extrovert, right? So you have the Aoi, she's aggressive, right, so to speak, but she doesn't have extroverted like clothing, so right? She has the Sarachi, which is the band for her boobs, right? The Sarachi. But think about, you compare Aoi, right? She's very sexualized. She's just like instead of, you know, having boobs, she's trying to hide her boobs, right, with the Sarachi. But then you think about someone like Marin, and Marin is like, oh, look at me, God, you're good, oh, I'm hot, man, I got you, have you seen my boobs? You know, yeah, she's more like that, right, you know. Marin is just like, oh my God, oh, he's awesome, yeah. She's much more like, you know, she's got the rainbowy nails, right, she's very, very, like, you have, to be a guy, you basically have to be, you know, like, you know, let's say extroverted, but extroverted in like a sexual way, right? More or less, I would say, to be a guy. You don't have to have sex, but you have to be like, you know, kind of fashion-y. Yeah, that's one thing too, right? Yankees are very fashion in, right, you know? To be a guy, you have to kind of like fashion, you have to kind of like, you know, get the latest handbag or whatever, right? Kind of more like that, right? Where a Yankee is more a tomboy, right? So this is more like a woman that's like, oh, shut up, boy, I'll kick your ass or whatever, yeah. So they're both extroverted, or they're both aggressive, I guess, right? In the Japanese culture, they're more aggressive, so they're not very common in Japan, right? In, you know, in reality, because they're, yeah, they kind of stand out in the Japanese culture, being both aggressive character traits, but they're differently aggressive, right? One of them is like visually aggressive, right? And perhaps in promiscuity, and the other one is more like physically aggressive, like they fight people, they punch people, right? They're a little more, you know, tomboys or whatever, right? The Yankees are usually called tomboys. Easiest way to express that. So Maki is like a tomboy because she's like, you know, shut up, you know, punch him in the face. Yeah, she's more like that, you know, a tomboy, right? That's what I would say. Maki. It's like when she punches him in the face with Totogi, right? Hope that makes any sense. I made a video about it, talking about Kurogas like this year. Yeah, early this year I made a video about it, talking about Mari-chan and so on, Kurogas. Like this scene here where she beats him up, right, and then punches him in the face and so on. That's very like Yankee, right? She's like a douchebag, like no, yeah, kick-ass douchebag. I do love that scene though. Somewhere up here, man. Sundra Maki though, which is start liking the guy, right? Yeah, it's pretty cute. Abs Maki, it's on Image Fan on you. Let's Google Abs Maki because she got abs. She gotta be in my collection here. It is hard. Like I would say these two are the two best Makis, right? It's either when she beats Miva or it's when she beats in the training. The training is a little unfair though because he's obviously a noob at that point, but it's just the thing that not only the leg splitting, but the way she punched him in the face, right? That's what I mean. That's why I think it's good here. This Yankee gets good because that's one reason why I love Maki, right? Because that scene is so much fun, right? When he's just like, oh, Sensei, and she comes up and behind him and she smacks him in the face and he's talking to Godyo and she's like, pay attention, boy! Right? That's like a very complete douchebag, aggressive Yankee trait of her, right? To just be like, come on, loser! Yeah, that's why Maki is fun too, because she's like, think about it in a way though, Maki is a likable douche, right? Because that's like a really douchebag behavior. She goes up and smacks him on the back, man. It's like, what an idiot. Right? But that scene I think is great, man. That scene is so great too. But at the same time, this scene here is when of course Miva has like a heart attack, yeah. Because this is the scene when we all really learn about Maki's real skills, right? So yeah, this is just a good scene because again, her sister, right, has lied about her hate, she lied about her, right? So Miva is like, oh, Maki's a noob, but she can't even use Sorcery. I can beat her. And then you see her in Power Vision, and Maki is like punching her, and she's like, she's so strong. I love that scene. That scene is so good, man. I can rewatch that scene. I can rewatch that scene when she beats up, Miva like 10 times over. You see Miva every time being like, Maki, Sayupi, yeah, I hate you, stupid Mai. Yeah, like that is so good. But yeah, the leg is the leg scene itself is cool. Yeah, and she got like the bad girl leg scene. It's a cool scene itself. But also does that nintai. It's an I grew up as a kid. It was called like nintai leg or that. Something like that, I believe. I said it in my reaction too, when she kicks him with her legs in this weird scissoring thing, right? That's like, when I grew up, when I trained martial art, I believe it's called nintai. It's not nintai. It's like world kick or something like that. But maybe my Japanese is bad there, but I believe it's called I believe it's called nintai, something like that. But how do I spell it though? Something like that. It's like it's something similar to that. I know it's I can't. Whatever. Because when I trained martial art as a teenager, in one martial art I trained, we did have that leg lock spin thing that she does on him with her legs. Something on N. I can't remember what it's called. So it's not a very good technique, basically. I mean, obviously in the anime, she really makes it work after she does the leg thing, right? But in reality, yeah, because I was like 15 and we trained that technique she does, right? With the leg lock kind of spin attack. It's basically impossible to hit someone. Yeah, it's so hard. Like, think about it, that leg attack is so complicated in reality. It's so hard. It's one of the most technical things you can do with your leg. It's called like whirlpool kick in English. It's like whirlpool lock kick or something. It's so hard. You have to like spin up with them, and you have to use your hands to kind of get, track to the upwards, and lock them with your leg. It's incredibly complicated to hit it. And the thing is that it is actually a very bad technique. Maki makes it worse, of course, but it's a bad technique because if you fight someone, right, and they can predict what you're doing, like an actual fight, like a martial arts, tournament or whatever, it's so easy to block it. It's so easy to avoid it. It's very easy to counter it. Yeah, it's so easy to counter it. It's so incredibly bad technique. It's technique which is like, it's a very off point, but I want to say that's what Maki to me is cool, right? Because that technique, right, is basically a technique that is like, in reality, it's a technique that has, very, very, very high skill, right? It's incredibly skill based, right? It's like 100% skill, right? 10 out of 10 skill cap, right, to make it work. But also it's very, very high risk, right? It's like 100 risk too, because it's so easy to avoid it if you actually know how to martial art. So it's one of those abilities that are like, you need amazing legs, you need incredible technique, and the opponent needs to be tricked too, so they can't avoid it, right? So in reality, you basically never do it, because it's like, even if I can do it, he's probably gonna block it anyway. So it's one of those like super high risk, but actually low reward abilities too. So it's a flash ability, but it's truly anime, because I mean, the ability isn't even that good. Because at the end of the day, you end up in this like weird leg lock thing that's not as good as some other leg locks you can do, or just general locks that you have in like in judo, in but they used to have better locks. So it's not even a good lock anyway. It takes a better locks too. So you end up in like a medium good lock as well. So it's not even like a good reward. It's like a super hard technique with not a very good reward for it. But of course, in an anime, and why Maki is the best girl, it makes perfect sense, because it's badass, right? In anime, it's like, I do the split, I spin around, I do this thing, anything. In anime, it looks amazing. It's sort of flashy move, right? But in actual dojo and tournament, it's just crap. I never seen anyone ever do it, I think, in a tournament, something like that. I've seen people, practice. Yeah, I've seen people do it in a dojo, right? Many times, the technique. Man, I done myself too, right? I've seen people practice it for years, right? But I've never seen anyone ever attempt to do it in an actual, like, tournament fight. Because it's like, no, they're just gonna block me and I'm gonna look like a fool, yeah. I've never seen anyone actually attempt to do it, right? I have seen people do it, though, at exhibitions, right? When they show off, this technique, yeah. But not an actual like fight, right? That is never gonna. It's terrible. But there are a lot of techniques, though. Let's be honest there. I've trained martial art for over 20 years, right? It's a lot of techniques that are completely useless in reality. And not just because they are, LARPing or bad, but I mean it's because many techniques aren't that good compared just like how you easily counter them, right? Like, for example, I've been training judo. I started judo at like 12, 13. So I've done judo for like 9 years, whatever, 8 years, right? And I've done BJJ and so on, all stuff too after that. And a lot of techniques, even in, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, doesn't work on me, right? Because I've done judo for like 9 years, right? So some of the basic attacks in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I know how to counter them, because the same in judo, I just avoid them, right? So the people do that, and I'm like, whatever, it's pointless, yeah. Like, you need some other mix, you have to mix it up, right? You can't just go for this straight throw or whatever. You need to mix it up, right? Because otherwise I just walk away, right? Yeah, it's just a lot of techniques. One thing, good example is the classic judo throw, the judo ugushi, whatever it's called, urushi and ugushi. The first judo throw, also in the movies, that technique is almost impossible to do in actual fight in judo competition, because it's the most common move, right? That you see in the movies and so on. So everyone can do it. So you see it so often, you know what I mean? You see it so often in tournaments that as a kid, right, you learn to counter it, because it's the most common technique that everyone always uses in the beginning, right? So everyone, when you're like, it's good to do 13, right? But when you're 14, 15 or whatever, doing judo, you have faced that technique 1,000 times, right? So everyone just avoid it. So then when you're like 18, 17 or whatever, and older, no one ever does it anymore. Because it's like, it's pointless. Everyone is just gonna avoid it, right? But it's kind of funny, because that classic judo throw is very good on the street, though. It's very, very good. You learn it, right? Because it's a very good self-defense technique. It's very, very good against people that can't fight, right? Has never seen before, right? In an actual fight. Yeah, that's very, very good. Very good self-defense move, right? But in the actual, like, judoka dojo tournament or whatever, it's pointless, because everyone has done it so many times that no one is, like, surprised by it, and no one ever knows how to counter it. It's like the first thing you learn to counter, So everyone's like, I do this thing. So it's, because basically every throw you can counter, right? If you can see it coming. Yeah. Every throw, every lock is counterable. In some situation, right? What you see in the movies is that people can't get free or whatever, right? And that's true, but only in, like, when you're red lost, right? Most locks doesn't work until you get to the final state, whatever you call it. Like, it's like a 5, 6 step, moves to the end state, right? And you can counter it almost always at like 1 or 2 or something, if you know what they're doing or how to counter it, right? Honestly, like, because I done Taijutsu for like 10 years of that, and it basically all has locks, and every lock is like counterable by just moving your body or your hands or whatever. Almost every motion technique that are locks can be countered by basically moving your body in the correct angle, right? So they can't lock you anymore, because your arm is like there or here now or whatever, so you can go free instead. Or just jump, yeah. Or just roll. If you roll too, if someone grabs you and you roll, right, you do like a judo roll, you can just get free, right? back kick, like the epic kick? Or you mean the spinning back kick, when you kick from your back? Classic like the corner kick, when you go around and spin. It's hard to aim with. So on. But I'm put it here. But yeah, back kicks is hard. I always find, I don't know, but kicks, nah. I don't know. I never liked doing the front kick with kicks. It's a very basic kick. Yeah, the basic one. But I don't know what I struggle with the most. I never feel I struggle with any martial art kick. I'm pretty good, like just learning. I guess I can see something once and copy it, right? So if I see a martial art move, I can like learn it once or twice, but I see it. And I'm very good at like if someone throws me or whatever, I can like copy their technique if they use it on me, so I can like learn it by getting it moved by once by me, so then I can counter it. But yeah, I mean I've been training martial art for like 20 plus years, right? So I got a lot of a lot of experience with the martial arts. But I don't know, Sundra Maki is adorable, but she can't beat ass Maki. It's the image here. Leg Maki is cute, man, but Maki catching a bullet though. I'm like, whatever, this is the loose guy. This is like basic Maki, best girl, you know. Sundra Maki, the bonus point to Sundra, yeah. Abs Maki, legs, yeah, Yankee leg Maki, like pouting leg Maki, which is a kind of pissed off thing, that's good. Bullet grabbing Maki, that is good, man. But splitting leg lock kicker Maki is punching boss in the face, not paying attention Maki. And then of course just like Maki is too strong. Because again, I think it's the best scene in the whole Jujutsu Kaisen basically, right? Maki is too strong. I don't know how many times again I've seen this scene. I don't know how many times I've seen this scene when Maki, you know, beats her up, right? And she's like, again, she's like, I wanna go home. Please give me my sword back. I don't know how many times I've rewatched this episode when she takes her sword and runs away with her sword and so on, and throws, you know, her spear at her and so on. Oh, it's so good. She breaks her spear and throws it at her. Right? It is so good. I can rewatch that scene like a million times. Right? She breaks the spectacles at her, grabs her sword, runs up and beats her sister, right? And she sits there like, oh, I can't afford a new sword. Like, I can see that. I can rewatch that episode like a million times. Legs, man. Now, it's a good leg scene, but I don't know, man. It doesn't really show you her, her personality, right? She's like a little bit of a bad girl Yankee vibe with that scene. It doesn't really give you that like OP thing. I mean, if you haven't seen this before, I mean, this is the scene when you fell in love with Maki, right? This is the scene when you know she's the best girl. This is the scene when you're like, okay, I'm in love with her now. This is the scene when I was like, I have to marry you now, you know? This is like, I feel like an appendix of her attractiveness. But anyway, guys, subscribe for this episode. And of course, this week, right? I'm gonna have the end stream, so I'm meeting now 10 minutes. But this week, right, we finally have fall anime season, right? Hope you guys are hyped. I am really hyped, man. I wanna see, you know, Anya Kawaii. I wanna see Mama Yor. I wanna see Chainsaw Man. I wanna see freaking Bleach that I think is not being simulcast. I had the time to look at it. I heard some new Bleach news, whatever, right? Confusing with the Bleach thing, but see, Bleach is still here. I mean, personally, I don't care. We watch the Japanese, I don't care, right? But we have Bleach. We got Mob Psycho, right? This is gonna be this week, right? Yeah, because it's Monday now. But on Saturday, right, this week, we're gonna have My Academia and Spy X Family. So I think this fall season is I think this fall is gonna have it will be death of me. I do so much reactions. No, but seriously, like, I don't think I'm gonna do more reactions than I usually do, like, you know, 1 or 2 per day, right? But just that it's gonna be like one every day that is like really hype, you know what I mean? Yeah, one every day. It's gonna be like, oh my god, Chainsaw Man, oh my god, Bleach is back. You know, it's gonna be like one every day that is like 10 out of 10 anime. So it's gonna be crazy I think it's gonna be really fun. It's an enjoyable season, right? Where you feel like every day is like a really, really strong anime. Where I think it's some other seasons you watch anime and you're like, well, you know, you have like Mushoku Tensei, amazing anime, right? But then on Sunday it's like, it's just some random anime like I can watch it. I mean, it's fine, you know. It's like a mediocre anime, yeah. But this is just gonna be like 5-6 animes, right? One per day. It's like just like amazing. So that's gonna be crazy. So I'm hyped, guys. I am hyped, and I still have a huge love for My Academia. I know people make fun of it. That people are like, oh, no one's gonna watch it because of Bleach and
change the man and so on. But I'm still there. I'm still there for Deku. I'm still there. Like, I still believe in you. Where's my Endeavor? You know, Endeavor redemption arc. I'm still there. Absolutely. So I'm actually gonna have a great day. And yeah, soon then, freaking fall anime, guys. So see you guys. And tomorrow I do something. I haven't decided. Oh yeah, Maiden Byss final episode to this one. So yeah.